won't stop till I hear him say,
Warning: the information that we convey in these videos and the content on this page simply provides general consumer information. It is not legal advice or regulatory guidance. It is not intended to sway your personal bias in any way. We are simply just relaying information already available to the general public. We highly suggest you do your own research and draft your own opinion on the topics disclosed in this video breakdown. Without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy this video breakdown, and if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, consider doing so now.
You have people that buy a cryptocurrency, and if it hasn't 10x'd within a week, it's the worst thing ever. So what is this?
Alrighty, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. In today's video breakdown, I have some interesting fundamentals, PDFs, and a video display for you all. We're also going to be talking about Hedera hash graph or Hbar. If you all enjoy intuitive video breakdowns like this, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, especially if you are an Hbar holder. With that being said, let's jump into today's video breakdown. So the first article that I have pulled up for you all here today is from the Daily Huddle, and it talks about Rich Dad Poor Dad author saying he's stacking more Bitcoin and warns of regulations crushing altcoins. If we come down here, one key highlight from this, Kiyosaki says that unlike altcoins, Bitcoin will likely be able to dodge the hammer of regulators should they decide to clamp down on regulations. With this article in mind, I want to take your attention over here to a PDF that talks about the future regulation coming into the cryptocurrency space, specifically mentioning 3 different scenarios playing out. Comment in the description down below what scenario you all think is most likely to play out in the next 2 to 3 years. Scenario number 1, the crypto shakeout, driven by punitive regulation or loss of confidence. There are a range of outcomes that could result in the fall of major participants or protocols, rebasing of digital asset prices at lower values, and reducing investment in crypto projects and enterprises. Outcomes at the extreme negative end of the spectrum would result from regulation or technology failure. Severe restrictions, such as blanket bans on crypto assets, could considerably reduce the value of cryptocurrencies and reduce investment in future crypto applications. In my personal opinion, scenario number 1 is most likely to play out between now and 2024, especially not in the favor of retail investors. In my personal opinion, again, it's just my personal opinion, I do not think that regulators that are meant to be put in place to protect retail investors are actually doing their job, and that is what their actual goal is. So in my personal opinion, a lot of the regulations that are going to come out in the near future, and again, my personal opinion, are going to harm the retail investor. Now, coming down here to scenario number 2 and 3, scenario 2 reads, the status quo. Growth continues, but below historic pace. As new regulations are debated within a jurisdiction or cross jurisdictions to coordinate global approaches, the rules could remain unclear for an extensive amount of time. We would anticipate less participation from traditional financial intermediaries if regulations are uncertain. The space would continue to grow, but do so below its full potential. And scenario number 3 reads the paradigm shift. Now, this scenario would be the sunshine and rainbow scenario, where if you are very optimistic, this would be the one that they're betting the most on. Favorable regulations allow traditional financial institutions to enter this market at full force. And again, my personal opinion, I don't think that this is going to happen until 2025, 2026, and so on timeframe. In this scenario, end users can move easily between fiat and crypto assets and adopt new use cases for crypto assets. Facilitating the interaction between the traditional and crypto world is likely to unlock latent customer demand. Regulatory clarity and sustained demand from customers will allow intermediaries to create products and services that position them where they have competitive advantages along the crypto value chain. Now, I'm not saying scenario 3 is not going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen again overnight like the majority of individuals thought was going to take place in 2022. There are still a lot of illicit market participants that need to get liquidated out of the space before it thrives. And again, my personal opinion. So for scenario number 3 to play out, I think that there's going to be a lot of trial and tribulation along the way. However, things could change. This is a very rapid shifting market, and we need to be able to react accordingly. So with this fundamental PDF out of the way, I now want to take your attention to an interesting little video clip called Moving Beyond Blockchains with Hedera Hash Graph. I have a couple of key video highlights for you all. Pay attention to the details. This is one of the main reasons as to why I'm so bullish long-term on Hbar.
Yeah, definitely. So Hedera is not a blockchain, as you said. It is built on the hash graph consensus algorithm. So kind of a weird thing to think about is if Bitcoin did not exist, most of this market would not exist, but Hedera would still exist because Dr. Lehman Baird, who's the inventor of hash graph consensus algorithm, is, you know how you throw away around the term genius like loosey-goosey? Lehman is a genius. I mean, truly a genius. Like his brain capacity just goes beyond anything I've ever seen before. Doing this consulting gig, and then I am down the rabbit hole. So the thing that persuaded me to go full-time at Hedera was sitting with these founders and them talking about a 100-year vision. And I've worked in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, my whole tech career, 20 plus years. And what do you hear in Silicon Valley? What's your exit strategy, right? What's your 3 years, 5 years? Most VC funds are 10 years. So within 10 years, you're looking to get out in some way. And so all it means is when you have a 100-year vision, you are going to do the things that are going to keep you around for a long time. You're not going to do the things that are chasing the sugar high, which our industry is all about. Like you said, the attention of a goldfish. We're all chasing the sugar high, right? You have people that buy a cryptocurrency, and if it hasn't 10x'd within a week, it's the worst thing ever. So what is this? When you have that 100-year vision, it means you build the right technology components, which takes time. You set up the right node infrastructure, which takes time. You set up the right governance model, which takes time. And you take a different view of the regulatory environment. The regulations are going to catch up at some point, but government does not move quickly. So
very interesting right there. He mentioned Hedera Hashgraph having a different view of the regulatory environment. So I want to take your attention over here to this very interesting PDF that was sent to me by one of the CYPRX students. And it's from Switzerland Global Enterprise Blockchain Hub in Switzerland. And this PDF reads, at a glance, its rich heritage of financial security, strong privacy laws, and pragmatic regulatory approach have made Switzerland a vibrant hub for blockchain and distributed ledger technology behind the crypto assets. The country both fosters innovation and offers a reliable regulatory framework. Now, not only did he mention in that video Hedera Hashgraph having a 100-year vision for the long term, he also mentioned that if Bitcoin were to collapse, that it would not negatively affect Hedera Hashgraph. Now, at the bottom of this PDF, it mentions Hedera Hashgraph, and it says, the blockchain public ledger platform Hedera Hashgraph, with the headquarters in Texas, USA, wants to ramp up worldwide launches of its network out of Switzerland. Hedera has established the Swiss Hashgraph Association in Greater Zurich area and embarked on a US $16.3 million worth of grant funding. Its purpose is the delivery of a global Hashgraph innovation program in a strategic partnership with the Swiss Digital Asset Institute. And if we come back up here to continue this, it says the country both fosters innovation and offers a reliable regulatory framework. Remember, this individual said that Hedera Hashgraph has a different perspective on the regulatory environment. We come over here to the Hedera.com website. At the top of this, it reads, Swiss Hashgraph Association launches the Hashgraph Innovation Program to accelerate the adoption of the Hedera network worldwide. The Swiss Hashgraph Association, established with the grant from the Hedera Hashgraph in partnership with Swiss Digital Asset Institute to empower startups to enterprises and governmental institutions worldwide. The Hashgraph Innovation Program is structured to be delivered over 5 years. So again, we see that long-term vision on Hedera Hashgraph and 3 implementation phases. Program participants that qualify and receive a grant from the Swiss Hashgraph Association will go through 3 development stages, beginning with the first phase, learning and discovering, phase 2, visualizing and designing, and phase 3, developing and deployment. In the foreground of the Swiss Hashgraph Association is the digital enablement of business and preserving decentralized technology structures for the global community through the adoption of a leading-edge distributed ledger technology, including funding, training, and innovation for the benefit of digital empowerment and wider financial inclusion, with a positive environmental, socioeconomic, and governance impact. We founded the Swiss Hashgraph Association to proactively empower the community, promote the growth of the Hedera ecosystem projects, and confirm our commitment towards enabling the buildup of a vibrant ecosystem for distributed ledger technology transformations around the globe. In close collaboration with Hedera Hashgraph and the Hbar Foundation, the Swiss Hashgraph Association will identify initiatives with the highest potential and enable the development of most promising projects. We are excited to bring Hedera Hashgraph to Switzerland and to contribute towards accelerating the broad adoption of the Hedera network as one of the world's leading and most energy-efficient distributed ledger technology platforms. So this is all very interesting, mainly because this individual specifically talked about how Hedera Hashgraph has a different perspective on regulatory frameworks. Last but not least, I have one more fundamental, but before that, I just want to play this last video clip where he talks about in order to run the world's economy, you cannot be slow. And Hedera Hashgraph processes thousands of transactions per second and is in fact one of the fastest distributed ledger technologies that could replace some of the current outdated plumbing of our financial ecosystem in the future.
And at the same time, in order to run the world's economy, you need incredible speed. You can't have a technology that can just do 10 to 15 transactions per second. You're going to have to do millions and millions of transactions per second. So that means that you're going to have to move to a sharded future, right, where your networks are sharded. And that also brings in an additional attack vector. So you want to make sure that each shard is highly secure, high throughput, and then the whole multi-sharded network is also this property of asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance. And then if you couple that with solid governance, where no one entity has more power over the network than anyone else, I like our chances long term. I think we're going to be around for a long time. Wonderful. And
I like how he ended that by saying that I like our chances long term and that he thinks that they're going to be around the long term. So last but not least, as I was doing all of this research, very interesting, I came across this article from the Daily Huddle. Popular crypto trader turns bullish on Hedera Hashgraph. I've been mentioning to the CYPRX students and to individuals on this YouTube space for some time that an Hbar below 4 cents is an extreme blessing and an extreme discount. So this article talks about Hedera Hashgraph being 93% down from its all-time high, which again, in my personal opinion, is a steal and an area where I will personally be looking to accumulate. This crypto analyst says right here, we've retraced back to the origin of the last move from which we ran a 12x after a near 12-month consolidation. If you are bullish on Hbar, it is a great time to be dollar cost averaging, in my opinion. And he shares this chart right here displaying that Hbar from its all-time high is roughly around 93% discounted. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe in the future of Hbar, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I hope that you all enjoyed this video breakdown, and make sure that you all are doing your own personal research. I'm not telling you to go out there and buy or sell Hbar. I know what I'm personally investing in and where I'm parking my capital in via utility-driven assets. With that being said, be cognizant, be aware, and I will see you all in the next YouTube video breakdown.
I won't stop till I hear him say